Hello YouTube, today we'll be doing a untethered jailbreak for the iPod 2nd generation with Cydia. Alright, there is a tethered jailbreak and untethered jailbreak. Tethered is pretty much every time your device needs to be rebooted, turned off or turned on, or power shuts down, you cannot turn it on unless it is plugged into a computer and it is pretty much operated from a second-hand program via your computer. So untethered is pretty much having your iPod or your iPhone just as like normal. But this is pretty much just a clean iPod. I've just restored it. If this does not work for you, you can restore your iPod via iTunes. But also, before you can do that, you should probably do a backup of it first. So go into iTunes devices, have it plugged in first. So yeah, just have it all plugged in right. Pretty much, if you right click here, you can do a backup. So just back that up, or if you want, you can just do it all back to start it fresh if it fails, and you can just apply everything just as you would otherwise. But also, if you don't know what firmware you're on, it should say here, mine says build version, I don't know why, but it should say like your firmware or whatever it is. It should say 4.2.1 for iPod 2nd generations, or if you're on an iPhone, it should say 4.3.3. Now there are two different files you need. This one here is for the iPhone 3GS 4.3.3 firmware, and this one here is for the 4.2.1 iPod 2nd generation. Now to download these, you'll have to get them from the website, but they'll be in the link just below here. But otherwise, you can just go straight to the website. It'll be iPhoneheat.com to get the iOS 4.2.1. Also, you can go to the other link I've uploaded. It also has 4.2.1 for iPhone 3GS, 3G, iPod Touch 4, iPod Touch 3G, 2G, iPhone 4, and for the iPad. Or you can also go to this website, which is felixbruns.de or some shit like that. It'll still be in the description down the bottom. But anyways, the way you search it is pretty much as soon as you open it up, it has a massive link here for the iPhone, iPod Touch, iPad, Apple TV. Just find your firmware and your product, pretty much your iPhone 4, 3G, 3GS, iPhone or iPad 2 or iPad or Apple TV, 2G or whatever. So pretty much find what you need. I found mine, which is the iPod Touch 2G, which is here, 4.2.1. That's my current version. So pretty much, you would just click on that and click the little download button. But because I've already got it, I don't really need it. So we don't need that anymore. It will download as a RAW file. You will have to convert it into a IPSW, sorry. You'll need it to be one of these, not this. This you don't want. You need it to be this. So to do that, if it doesn't say .RAW or .IPSW or anything, you'll pretty much have to just drag it into a folder or anything. Go to folder options, which is in tools, folder options. So I'll go again, tools, folder options, go into view, and you want to scroll down and find hide extensions for known file types. You want this to be unticked. Don't have it ticked. So again, hide extensions for known file types. Don't have that ticked. And click OK. And that should pretty much just have a quick blink of the screen. And it should transfer everything. So pretty much whatever you click on will show file extensions like .txt for text documents, or yeah, .rar and .ipsw. So let's get straight into it. Right, you want to rename the RAW file for your fireware or whatever it is again, sorry. And you want to change that from RAW to IPSW. So convert that to IPSW. Do not extract it. You don't want to extract that. And then it should just convert into one of these. So now we're ready to go. So after you've downloaded Red Snow, I'll put a link. It's only a 12.5 meg file. It'll be in from Mega Upload. I'll put it in the description just down the bottom. So open up Red Snow. Pretty much, just have your iPod, iPhone, iPad, whatever you want. Have it all plugged in. This is the same as iPods, iPhones, iPads. It's the same setup. Just do it the exact same way. Just find your firmware and do it your way. Do it this way, but just do the different firmwares. So this will work for every firmware, except you just might need to update it a bit. So pretty much click on Browse. Once you've opened up Red Snow, click Browse, and then you want to locate that file, which I'd suggest putting it on your desktop. So search for your firmware, because I've got my iPod 2nd generation 4.2.1. I'm going to click on that and click Open. Now it'll process the firmware. Alright, so you've got your iPod plugged in. Read this. If you have an MC model and you cannot identify it here, you will likely need to full restore to fix the mistake. So pretty much, if this does not work, you can either try it a different way, or you can just fully restore it as well. Just fully restore it and then try again. So I'm just going to click No for that, and then click Next. Now locate IPSW. Okay, install Cydia, and you also want enable battery percentage. It doesn't really do much, and I will show you what it does. I've got it installed on my iPhone. Pretty much all it does, up here in the corner, just gives you a little percentage sign. Mine's on 94% plus the battery. It just shows you, it just gives you a bit more accuracy than rather just having a stupid battery. But anyway, alright. So what you want to do is click on Next. Now, you want to have the device turned off. And you want to have it turned off but still plugged in. So just power it off and have it plugged in. And power off the device. Pretty much what you're going to do next is, when you hit Next, it's going to tell you to hold in the power on button up the top for 15 seconds. And then you're going to keep holding that in, and also holding your home button, I think, for 12 seconds, and then let go of your home button, and then let go of the power on button, and that's how you boot up your device to start with the crack or the jailbreak. So I'm going to have to put the phone down, or the camera down for a minute. So it's just going to be a bit like this, and I'll show you how it's done. If you can see, I hope so. So you click Next. Hold the power button for 3, 2, 1 seconds, and hold the home button as well for 10 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let go of the power button and hold the home button for 15 seconds. And that will start the jailbreak. And it should end up like this. It should hold up white. You can let go once it makes that funny sound. I'm just going to deal or whatever you want to call it. Alright, now you're waiting for the reboot. Uploading RAM disk. Downloading jailbreak data. So we'll let these install. Now it's installing Cydia as the jailbreak. Now the rest of it will take place on your device, which is your either iPhone, iPad or iPod. So we'll let that take place. I'll just leave the camera here so you can see what's going on with this. But with Red Snow you can just click finish, it doesn't matter. Watch what happens, it's a bit freaky. Big pineapple man comes up, if you haven't done this before. Ooh, bing. Placing kernel, flashing null. Now also later on, if you like, with the jailbroken device, you can also download all paid apps for free. I'll show you how to do that later if you like, just PM me if you want. But if not, I'll be hosting a video shortly. And you can also have Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, and the original Game Boy consoles on this and play like Pokemon or whatever games you're into, Star Wars or Digimon or whatever you want, or the old school games or Zelda. I'll show you how to download all the games, but also with this as the crack, Cydia, you have to install Installers, and I'll show you how to do that just in a moment after this finishes. Installers allows you to download all the games pretty much that are cracked, but also sometimes you might want a game that's like 400, 500 meg file that it'll crash, and it won't crash, but it won't download because the internet might drop out or something, and you might get really shitty about it. So there's another way you can actually download it, and you can actually download it straight off your computer and drag it straight into iTunes and actually install it through there. And with the crack I'm showing you, you can still use iTunes to sync all the cracked apps with as well, and you can still download apps from iTunes if you still wish to. So yeah, it's all up to you what you want from it. So we'll just wait for this to finish. Second generation is a bit slower, or quite frankly a lot slower than what it did compared to my iPhone 3GS. It didn't actually take this long, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So we'll wait for this to finish. You should see the Apple icon pop up once it's finished. It'll be turning back on. Alright, and it should be just as you left it, except you will have an extra icon, Cydia. You'll need to drag that to the first one. No, you can drag it to the first page, up to you. Preparing file system, Cydia will pretty much do that. Connect it to your network, because it will need to download a few files and sources. Cydia will exit when complete. Alright, it's done, pretty much. So open up Cydia again. You can choose whichever one you want. You can just read through them. Pretty much, I'm just a user. I don't really want to be doing much with it, apart from just getting all my nice little free apps and stuff. But yeah, let it load all the packages. In the next video, I'll show you how to install, or also install Installers. But you're going to have to do a bit of work fidgeting around with it after this, because you'll have to pretty much install quite a few sources. And I'll put them in the description in my next video. Alright, just let it do all the packages. Alright, thanks for watching. I hope this helped. See you next time on the next one.